Today I'm going to show you and tell you how my third and fourth week have gone on 75 Hard Challenge and the benefits I'm feeling, as well as some tips for helping you be successful if you're doing this challenge or thinking about doing it, which I do highly recommend. So I'll start with the third week and stay through till the end of the video to see how week 4 finishes up and the breakthroughs and rewards that you'll experience by this point. Towards the end of this video, I cover week 4, and I'll talk about my new mentor, someone I really admire, Pomporous. I'm listening to so many of her podcasts. I have her book, Bulletproof. I'm going to talk about intermittent fasting, which I'm using while I'm on this program, and the importance of letting go of the past. 75 Hard is magic. It's cleaning up so many things in life. You know what the key is? I don't want to let myself down. I've come this far. I've done the hard work. I'm seeing the results. I feel the benefits. I do not want to let myself down. That's really important. That's maybe the whole key to this mental toughness challenge. Today is day 27 for me. So I'm in the end of the 4th week. The drinking of the gallon of water has become much easier, and I feel the benefits every day. It's so, here's the water. I just finished my second workout of the day, and what I want to tell you to kind of recap before I go, you'll watch this video and I'll start at week 3 and go finish with week 4, but I'm in the end of week 4 now, and a few really sort of epiphanies or things to think about. End of week 4. Tips. It's a marathon, not a sprint. That makes it that much easier. Just think about today and do what you have to do today. Don't think about 75 days down the road and oh my gosh, I can't do it that much. I'll never get through it. I'm here to tell you, I thought the same thing. Because of the shape I was in, I just didn't think I could do it for that long. It's the conditioning each day, little by little by little, and then it starts to kind of snowball in a way, and that's what I'm feeling right now, is that snowball effect by the end of week 4, and it's propelling me. It's that momentum. It's pushing me to keep going because it becomes that much easier, and you will have new challenges because it gets a little, not boring, but routine. But you'll have to be creative and think of things to keep you, not getting bored with it, because it is good for you, and that's the bottom line. You're doing it because it is good for you, and you know you have to do it, and you'll get all these great benefits. And I'm getting a lot of epiphanies and creative sort of sparks and entrepreneurial sparks and brain waves that maybe were asleep a little bit, that needed some blood pumping to them. There's just so many benefits. But again, marathon, not a sprint. Marathon, not a sprint. I keep that in mind every single day, and it's a metaphor for life, really. Don't think 10 years down the road, 5 years down the road. Just get through today. You have your goal, like for me right now, it's 75 Hard. Whatever your goals are, write them down, break them down into criteria, what you might want to do today, this week, next week, the month, the year, but don't think about them. Just do whatever you put down for that day, do it. It just makes it that much easier. It's like, okay, I can do a day. I can do a day of anything. So that's one thing. There was more. My brain is, I know what it is. With the exercise, for me in particular, I know you're all in this for different reasons, but for me, I've always been an athlete. I love sports. I love being in a group sports. So I had kind of, at my age, it's a little harder, and my shoulder started to hurt, and I had to leave my golf league, so that's been a little depressing, and I miss that. So this is helping me rehab my shoulder during this time, and it's also teaching me that, 27 days ago, I wasn't walking 5 miles a day. I wasn't doing my extra strength training, which at my age I really need to be doing some weights and strength training. And it seemed really hard the first week. And I thought, I'll never do it. I just a little bit, 5 minutes, just do 5 minutes. Then, and the next day do 5 minutes again. The next day do 6, 7, and so on. Today, I just finished my second workout. I'm doing, the 10 extra minutes of strength training and my sit-ups and my, what do you call those, stretchy resistance bands after my 5 miles of walking in 2 different times. So it's just little by little, here I am here. A place I really, I thought not impossible, nothing's impossible, but it seemed like a long way away. And now I'm here, and it's only been 4 weeks. That's the magic. It's only been 4 weeks. Just focus on today. What else? Write me questions, because you don't want to feel alone. I do feel a bit alone in this. In some ways it's selfish, and it feels really nurturing and nice to myself. Oh, that's the other thought. What you're doing, it's not selfish. It's not just for you. That's a big part of it. Yes, do it for yourself. But by you doing it for yourself, you're a better mom, wife, or husband, friend, co-worker, better boss, better entrepreneur. All the things get better within that you're involved with. Every aspect of your life will get better. I guarantee. Stick with it. Day 20. I feel the best I've felt in years. And I think what I want to share as I'm in week 3, days 15 to 21, and I document, I'll pepper in different things, where I'm out running and whatnot. I want to share, I think the most important thing I'm feeling in week 3 that I want to share with you are the benefits and the changes I'm feeling, but I also want to give you the tips that are helping me make this easier each day. A big tip, and I think I started doing this on like the end of the first week. I found it easier because I get up really early. I get up 5-ish, whenever the dog gets up. Usually I get up, but I get up early anyway, so I like that timing. But it made it so much easier, and I didn't have to think about it. If I had my first workout clothes laid out in the bathroom, because my husband's still sleeping, I don't want to disrupt his sleep for work, but I have my sneakers, I have my outfit, my hat, my AirPods, everything ready to go, so that it's like a fireman drill. I can be out that door in, literally I have my water and a coffee, and I'm out the door 15-20 minutes tops. But that has made the routine just become rote, habit, easy. I don't have to think about it. I don't have to waste time looking for sneakers or whatever. So, fireman drill. Have everything ready for your first workout, especially if it's early in the morning. Makes it easy. As far as coffee, because I gotta have my coffee. I set it up the night before, so all I have to do in the morning is flip the switch. Another great thing. I'm really sleeping better. And with menopause, as many of you know, it's hard to sleep with menopause. Night sweats, you wake up, insomnia, etc. So maybe it's the sugar gone, the alcohol gone, a lot of the gluten. I've stayed off bread this first 3 weeks. Whatever I'm doing, it's working. It's helping my menopause. I'm sleeping solid 8 hours if the dog will let me. Our dog has dementia, and she wakes up kind of confused in the middle of the night, and she barks and she wanders and blah, blah, blah. So I have that going on. But if she can get through the night, I can get through the night. So that's good. A tip, I don't know, we live in this building that has amenities, so we do have a sauna. If you have a hot tub, a sauna, a steam room, something for recovery, because my body is getting a bit tired. I don't usually do 2 workouts a day. It's 7 days a week, so you have to take care of your body. So I've been doing my recovery in the sauna, 20-minute sauna, and I do my reading in there. It feels like that feels like a nurturing treat, and it's good for my body, and I'm getting my reading done. I look forward to that every single day. And that's new in my routine. I've lived here 3 years. I never used a sauna. I'm not, after reading Andy Frisella's 75 Hard book, the bitch voice, it is gone. I don't like, the bitch voice is the voice that tells you, yeah, oh God, you missed that pizza so bad. That pizza would be so good. What's a little bit of pizza? I don't even hear that anymore. And I used to have a pretty strong bitch voice that, you know, Sue, come on, you can have a little bit, you can do this. And yes, you can, everything in moderation. I totally believe that. But starting this program and getting yourself on the right foot, you have to be sort of militant about, you know, sticking to everything. And not listening to that bitch voice, and that actually that builds your confidence. It builds your ability to get through this challenge better. Its mental toughness is starting to build right there as you talk down. You tell your bitch voice off. You say, no, I'm not listening, because the bitch voice is not good for your body, and that is what I am learning. I'm going to cover that in the benefits and tips. Another big tip is, and I generally have done this in the past, but I pretty much cleared out the crap, you know, the junk food. My husband has his, I try to ignore looking at it, but in the fridge, I've got prepped, I keep things prepped, cut up watermelon, so it's nice and cold, cut up mango, because all those things take time, peeling, chopping, cutting, and if you have to waste time, chances are you might not go and grab that healthy snack. So I have everything in my fridge, and you know, there's dates in there, there's nuts in there, I always have bananas, I always have apples. I prepare about 2 little protein puddings every other day, and I'll have maybe a half a protein pudding in the afternoon if I'm feeling a little bit of a craving or something sweet. The protein pudding is 2 tablespoons of peanut butter powder, 2 tablespoons of a 0 sugar pudding mix, I like the chocolate, and then water. Even 1 scoop of that, it's like enough. So, and I always have salads in the fridge of some sort, easy to go. So I think that's how I have my fridge prepped. But day 20, week 3, I want to really tell you that the benefits and changes are making this challenge that much easier now for me. I feel so much better than I have in many, many years. For the first time in probably 8 years, I'm eating when I'm hungry. I'm not eating out of boredom. I'm not eating out of procrastination. A lot of times I would eat when I would be stuck on a problem. I'm trying to work on something and I can't figure it out, so I'll get a snack. I you know, whatever. We all have our things, but I feel so good about myself and making those choices now, and they're not hard anymore. Right now they're sort of becoming rote, innate. I'm not festering over it. I'm not thinking about it. Let's see. Another big benefit is I am much more conscious of my use of time, because now with the program and trying to fit 2 workouts in, you're not trying, I am fitting 2 workouts in each day, and the reading, you don't have as much time. So you don't have idle time, and so the use of your time becomes much more important. When I ran a business, I had no idle time, so I was very good with time management. I've gotten a little lax in the past few years on that, so my time management is excellent again. It's back on track. I don't waste time. I don't procrastinate as much. Everyone does it. But time management has been huge. And evaluating my time and what I do with that time. So huge. The biggest benefit is the stopping of my sugar and carb craving. Massive. And that around day 9, that started getting much easier. Even after day 3, if you can get through the first few days, cutting out the sugar and the carbs or whatever it is you're trying to cut out, caffeine, whatever, you can get through day 3, it starts to get a little easier and you start to feel the benefits. But now by day 20, it's almost a no-brainer. I can't believe I'm saying that. So because I have cut out sugar, alcohol, not carbs completely, but I'm not eating pasta and bread and rice, which I love. So there's bitch voice. Yeah, I'm not missing them because I've now replaced them with all these good benefits that I'm getting. That's the key. I'm not missing them. I know there'll be a treat in the future, and of course I'll have pizza again. Of course I'll have rice again. Of course I'll have pasta again. All the bread, my sourdough bread. Of course I'll have all those things. It's putting them in perspective and getting rid of the control they had over me. That's the thing. So by not having those things, my energy is through the roof now. My menopause tummy is shrinking. Bye-bye. That one's massive. I don't mean my menopause tummy is massive, although it was getting there. The fact that it's shrinking, and because I'm doing it, I'm making it go away. That's the control that I now have back over my body. And so the control is giving me the confidence to keep going, and I'm being successful. So it's all working. It's all a domino effect. So it's making me feel more in control and confident, so that I know I can be successful getting through this program. So that, you know what the key is? I don't want to let myself down. I've come this far. I've done the hard work. I'm seeing the results. I feel the benefits. I do not want to let myself down. That's really important. That's maybe the whole key to this mental toughness challenge. There's, like Mel Robbins says, no one's coming for you. You have to do it for yourself. And when you start doing things for yourself like this that are good for you and not listening to the bitch voice, who cares about the pizza? Because guess what? I'm down a few pounds, my energy is up, I have better time management. You can't believe all the things I'm learning with the reading and the podcasts every single day. I am learning so much every day, and I know that this is going to lead to some breakthroughs. I have a very entrepreneurial mind, and I'm always percolating. A lot happening right now. So that respect for my body, my time, my prioritizing myself, my health, my goals, it's giving me a clarity. I have this new clarity on a daily basis, and that probably also has to do with getting rid of, alcohol, sugar, a lot of bad carbs, the gluten. So all these things are just adding to the easier to get through the program every day. And I'm not even going to say getting through. It's become a nice new routine for me that I can depend on, that I look forward to because it's working. Why wouldn't you want to invest in yourself? I guess that's the question. The bitch voice is not helping you invest in yourself. But this program is quickly, turning the ship around. So I hope these tips help. I hope you can see that after week 3, stick with it. It gets easier. It's definitely, the benefits come faster and are there they're going to be there for the rest of your life. It makes you feel great about yourself. So I wish you all the best. Please leave comments or reach out to me, because I could use the support too, quite honestly. It's kind of a lonely feeling. You kind of feel like you're in this alone. So ask me anything. Good luck. You got this. Love to y'all. Day 17. I feel stable now, like it's become a routine that I crave, I appreciate. I don't have the cravings that I had the first few days, or that I've had for my whole life, my whole pattern. by just focusing on the tasks you have to do today, it just falls into place so much easier. It's not as overwhelming. It's achievable. The day goes by pretty fast because you're busy and you're feeling good and you're reaching goals. So then that day is done. Then you get up the next day and do it again. Just thinking about that 24-hour period, it makes it so much more digestible. And before you know it, like I woke up today, I'm on my 20th day or 21st day. And it's like poof. Now it seems like it's going fast. The first few days it felt sluggish, but I think that's maybe my best advice, especially at the beginning. Just think about the one day. Just focus on today, and the rest will take care of itself. This challenge has been the best. I highly recommend it. Happy Friday. I am starting week 4 now of 75 Hard Challenge. And I just want to say I am a bit taken aback. I'm definitely a bit surprised, and I'm overwhelmed with how well it's working. And that's why I want to share with you today the benefits I'm seeing and some tips on how to keep going with this day after day. I think my really big tip, which I have talked about before, but I'm going to say it again because it's helping me get through this whole program. Each day is different, but from the first day till even now, I'm only looking at today. What do I have to do today? What are the 5 criteria? On top of what other things do I have to do today? You have everyone has a life, a job, a family, whatever you're doing. You're fitting this challenge into that life. So you look at your to-do list, your priorities, what's critical today, on top of the 75 hard 5 criteria. So we've already accomplished time management because we're here at week 4. So I've already got a routine going on, and I feel really good about that. That's become easier. But every single day, you have to just focus on today. I do not look at the end, July 17th, although I'm looking at it now. I don't look at the end goal. That's going to come if I get through each day. So it makes it much more digestible, much easier, much more. I'm able to focus on just one day. What do I have to do from the time I get up to the time I go to bed? And I'm going to get it done. That's my big tip. Just focus on today. Don't look at the big picture. And that relates to anything in your life, your work, your career, your family, your goals, is that the big goal, you can't attain it in one day or 1 week or 1 month. So it's going to be building. Okay, now this is good segue, because Andy Frisella designed this program. It's all about the details, the little details each day. So each day you get through and you do all those details, you're building, it's compounding. And so what I want to say going into week 4 is it's true. I talked about it in my first video. Confidence, self-belief, self-esteem, self-worth, discipline, determination, perseverance, grit. They're all coming back to me. I had them, but they're getting stronger. They're coming to the forefront. I'm brushing off the cobwebs. So if you're younger and you're developing these skills, do it day by day. So that's the good part. So keep with it. If you're in this program, I'm going to say it is definitely worth it. And keep going, or try it. If you haven't done it yet, try it. If this video is like you're trying to figure out if you want to do it, it's definitely worth it. I'm getting all these things, some more than others that I needed to work on. But one of the things, the tips I will tell you is I tend to get up early and I get out and do my walk. Sometimes I put a little music in to get me going, to motivate, but I usually have a great podcast, and I figured out which podcast I want to do the night before usually, so I have it queued up. I just listened to 3 podcasts with Pomporous. Oh my gosh. And I've put it up in my Instagram stories, and I'll link it in the description below. Read the notes on this show, on this video. She is my new hero, mentor, favorite person of the week, month, probably this year. She's changing I just resonate with her. She says it so articulately and so empathetically in a way. Although if you read her book, Bulletproof, or you listen to her podcast, or you've seen her on the news, this woman is from the NYPD, Secret Service she was in. She's now a journalist. She's lived like 5 lifetimes, in my opinion. Her wisdom and strength, and the way she presents it to you, it is so beautiful and strong. Some quotes that really resonated with me: accept, adapt, and move forward. Accept, adapt, and move forward. That's something that she's done in her life. Accept, adapt, and move forward. That's progress. If you can accept, like a lot of people get hung up on their past, something that is either happened to them traumatically or something they did that maybe they weren't proud of, but that's the past. That's not today, it's not the future. So you have to accept that that was the past, and whatever happened. You need to adapt. If you need to learn why did it happen, get therapy, talk about it, understand it, and then you need to move forward. And you can't live in that past. And most importantly, that past does not define you. It's not who you are. That's not your identity. It's the past. So everybody's got a past. And don't be that person to your spouse, your partner, your friend. Don't bring up the past as a way of maybe making them feel guilty or yourself being more powerful. That's cruel and that's manipulative. So when that's about the other person, you yourself just deal with it. Your past, it's your past. Accept, adapt, move forward, because it's not going to do you any good living in the past. That's true progress if you can do that. And the whole point of the past and whatever's happened to you and will continue to happen to you today and tomorrow and into the future is that we're all here to learn. Remember, I talked about before, and I'll talk about it again, the seed of the soul, and we are all here on earth to learn human experience. And so we're all here to learn lessons. So those past things that happened to you, those were lessons. So big words get thrown around like courage, bravery, motivation. They're just words. The way you get those things, and this is what was so beautifully said, Evie Pomporous. People say, well, how did you get into NYPD? How did you get through the Secret Service? And she said, and they're like, how did you get that courage, that bravery to, put yourself on the line every day? She said, and I'm paraphrasing, courage, motivation, bravery, they're just words. Each day, you just have to do it. You have to live it. You have to make the hard decisions little by little. And so bringing it back to this program, which I love about this challenge, is that every day you have to tackle these little details. And they seem small, but if you do them at the end of the 75 hard, and even at the end of now my 3rd week, going into my 4th week, every day I do them, I'm getting stronger, more resilient. I have more confidence. I have more grit. I have more perseverance. And so that big word of motivation, where does motivation come from? It comes from doing it every single day, little by little by little. It builds. There's no such thing really as motivation. There's just doing. There's doing. That's what Evie kept saying. There's just doing. Get up and do it. So like the Nike swish, which I love, and it's always in my head, just do it. So I'm a strong believer in that. And so now when I wake up in the morning, because I've built it now over the past 21 days, I've built that motivation and I know I can do it. I get up the next morning, I'm excited. I have motivation because I've been doing it. I'm excited to get through another day and get even more motivation and more stronger and more courage and etc. But that's new. It's hard to get up in the morning, and it is hard. I'm getting up with energy. I'm getting up because I want to hear another podcast. I want to listen to Evie again. Everything she's saying is just like ringing bells and resonating with me. She's awesome. Just go. I will put them again. You all got to listen to her. Okay, and then motivation, but courage and bravery, it's the same thing. Courage and bravery, let's take those two things. Everybody, every day has something. We're not unique, we're all the same. We all have something, a problem, an issue, an addiction, something, whether it be at work, in relationships, with yourself, whatever it is. We all have something we're working on, or something that keeps us up at night, or something that's bothering us. So those struggles you need to address head on. But again, like 75 hard, don't look at the big picture. It could be a big problem. Break it down into baby steps, and every day get up and just do one little thing towards that problem, whatever it is. I know we all get stuck. We get stuck. Well, I don't want to hurt this person, or I don't want to, let down my boss, but maybe you're not happy, or maybe something keeps happening, and you have to make a hard decision. There's been a hard decision you need to make. So what you do, you wake up and you finally get to the point and you say to yourself, just do it. Today's a can-do day. Today's the day I do it. And when you make that first decision towards solving that problem for yourself, because in your gut it's hard, but I have to do it. I have to move the ball down the field in this direction, because that's your intuition usually talking to you. You're connecting to your higher self. It's some direction you need to go, but it's painful, and you don't want to let people down, especially if you love them or whatever, but you need to speak up for yourself, for your soul, protect yourself in that way. That's how you build courage and bravery, by just doing it. Little decisions at a time, but decisions matter. The little decisions on hard things, they build mental toughness and strength. Again, big words, strength, mental toughness. It's all building. Every little thing makes a difference. Every little thing builds. So that's why I love I'm sort of appreciating each and every day I go through, because I go, okay, like for me, I've built into my diet plan fasting, which I never thought I could do because I always get so hungry in the morning. Well, little by little each day. So I start fasting at 5 p.m. I end at 9 a.m. Now I end at 11:30, and I'm doing it. And it's 8:30 right now. I just heard my stomach growl. I'm not keeling over. I'm not fainting. But so I've been building that. I go a half an hour extra each day. It gets easier and easier. I'm losing the weight because of that. I'm getting through each day, but it didn't happen overnight. It's happened little extra 20 minutes each morning. I add to it, and I feel okay. I'm not hungry. But anyway, that's my little thing, but it's working for me too. And I want this to work for you, because we're all can be in pain, and there's no need to be in pain. Okay, now I want to bring it back to, I think why I resonate so much with Evie is that throughout my life, I've always said, this is my own sort of way I've lived, and it's helped me, I think. And I don't exactly know where it came from the beginning. I had struggles, like everyone, but I had some trauma, young time in my life. I have had struggles and trauma in my midlife. And so I've always said throughout my life, I love life. Those struggles didn't bring me to a point of not loving life, because with all the ups and downs, I can appreciate when I'm down, I get myself out of it by doing little things and making hard decisions and moving the ball down the field. And eventually I'm out of that quagmire or whatever was going on. And then I look back and I go, oh, I did it. And I feel this sense of pride. I feel courage building. I did hard things. I now feel more strength, more grit. I've always felt I was a scrappy kind of grit person, but that's just the words. It came because I did those I made hard decisions, and that seemed painful at the time, but they got me to the next place where I could look back and say, good job, Sue. You did it. You did what you had to do, as hard as it might have been, and now you're in a better place, and that makes you feel really good about yourself. So that's why I love the ups and downs of life, and I guess it makes me an optimistic person, because I've seen the results that if you can get through those tough times, self-coaching, integrity, get yourself up every morning. It's not waking, oh, where's my motivation? Do it. Make your own motivation. Just get up, get your coffee, go to work, get your kid to school, do whatever you got to do. Every time you just do those things, you end up at the end of the night, it's done and it's better and you're in a better place. And you didn't wallow all day, and you didn't, whatever it is you do all day, eat sugar like I do to soothe you, drink, do whatever it is, whatever your crutch, your addiction, or your problem that you think is helping you, it's not. I can tell you it's not. And so what will help is doing the hard little things every single day and making those decisions. That's progress. Big point I want to make, which I have felt for a long, long time. Schools do not teach life skills. Let me say that again. Schools do not teach life skills. I have felt that for a long time. The messages I want to get out, I think it's part of why I started the YouTube. I always talk to people. I always talk to Maggie. It's something I want to give to people that I love, but now I want to do it on a broader scale. Everybody needs to know life skills, and you need to start learning them from a very young age. So parents, that's where parents come in. They're so vital to your children learning life skills. Schools teach you, math, science, English, philosophy, whatever. They're all great too. Those are not life skills. So this program, this challenge is all about life skills and building. And so you need to find mentors, your parents, friends, yourself, do your own research, be resourceful, go read books, go listen to podcasts, go to seminars, go to workshops, develop the life skills that you need, because that, bottom line, is the most important thing for your life. And then you build from there. So figure out what life skills maybe you're feeling you need to work on, and work on them. So rewarding, and working on those things gives you everything in Andy Frisella's books, all those benefits. So that's why I think I love this program, because it really does go back to those basic life skills that you need. Anyway, I can't say enough. Yeah, I haven't had sugar in going into my 4th week. I haven't had alcohol. I haven't had the glutens. I have just changed my diet. I'm sticking to it. I have energy. Now, I know I'm feeling like rah, 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 the cheerleader in me. Yesterday, I had a real bad afternoon. I mean, real bad. Like, I talk about low biorhythms. You have these biorhythms in your body. I didn't even have a biorhythm after about 1 in the afternoon. I just would, So my body's still adjusting to, the changes I've made. Working out 7 days a week, twice a day is a lot. And so I took the time, you know what I did? I took a shower, I got my pajamas on. I was in bed in the early afternoon, and I feel better this morning. I just was like, after 5 o'clock, I had some chicken with my husband. Watch my YouTube too. Watch how I do the spatchcock chicken. Yum. And I've got a little trick on that, using baking soda on the skin. You gotta watch. Anyway, I had my chicken. I finished my water, I checked off all my criteria for the day with 75 hard, and I got in bed and I did just reading and relaxing, and I play my mind games, my brain games on New York Times, the spelling bee and the Wordle, and I just like gave myself a break and you know, like take a break. You can't just keep going. And I feel better this morning, but you are going to have those ups and downs. You just got to ride through them and know that they're not forever. Just like hard times, they're not forever. They can last forever if you don't take the steps to resolve them. And I guarantee every time you make a hard decision, you're gonna feel the rewards of it. I guarantee. Day 26, 75 hard. Hope we get some heat lightning. I'm definitely into a routine now. It feels easier and now a little bit harder because it's getting a little bit, not boring, but the same every day, and I like a little variety, so I'm going to have to be conscious of that now that I'm finishing up week 4, and I feel benefits across the board. Everything he talks about in the book is happening, and so I encourage you to keep going. I know sometimes it gets hard, but just keep going. I'll check in with you soon. It's day 26, 75 hard, the day after our daughter's 27th birthday. Happy birthday again, Maggie. We love you. I think at this point, coming to the end of the 4th week of the challenge, I want to talk about what's through the big picture. So, and why I did the challenge. At 58, I felt like I needed something out of my comfort zone to really mix things up, to really challenge me, to get me back on the right track. Personally, it's working for me. So, going back to what Andy Frisella said in his book, the very beginning, gaining mental toughness, you get it through putting yourself in places you're not comfortable. So if I look back over the past year, starting at the beginning of 12 months ago, I was filming a reality cooking show competition, Cook at All Costs. Like, where did that come from? The higher soul, that's where it came from. I would not have probably put myself there if I didn't feel a pull to that, and I totally put myself out of my comfort zone. And then, so that was the first one. In the past year, there's been 3 out of my comfort zones that have been huge game changers, shifters, and great for me to progress. That was number 1, putting myself in getting myself in a cooking show, which I loved. We'll get into that later. Number 2, after that experience, it propelled me to start my cooking YouTube, Let's Chat and Cook a Chicken. Totally out of my comfort zone. Totally loving it. Number 3 is this challenge, 75 hard. So in the year, I've done those 3 activities for myself that have taken me out of my comfort zone and have brought me great benefits. And so whether you're 18, 28, 38, 48, 58, I highly recommend doing that for yourself. And I'll tell you the one tip is that half the challenge is just physically getting yourself there. Like getting myself to Toronto to film. It was still in COVID. Canada had a lot of restrictions. So just getting myself there was half the battle. And when you open yourself up to that uncomfortable position and just let things happen, it's magic. Number 2, the YouTube. So just start doing it, and it flowed. So again, just getting myself there, just starting. And 75 hard, it was the same thing. Don't think too much about it. If it's something you feel a pull to, just start it. So again, any age, whatever they are, you will gain the benefits. So keep going. I can only say it's been nothing but good. I hope you can hear this. It's a lot of sort of outside noise, but this is a big one, which I learned. I was in corporate for 13 years, business development, marketing, like large size sales, so to speak, bringing in projects for companies. What I learned, which is a great life lesson, and it's the same as with these putting yourself in the uncomfortable positions, but they're uncomfortable because you have an inkling, your soul is telling you, you want to do something, you want to try something. There must be a reason, something deep inside you that's pulling you there. So my huge advice, which I give to everyone, like the Nike swish. It's always in my head, just do it. Because you know what? What's the worst that can happen? They can say no. So what? The value of a no in sales is that you move on. You don't waste any more time, energy, or money, or brain power thinking about that client, getting that client, because they're not going to go with you. They're not going to pick you. Just tell me. Get the pain over with. Rip off the Band-Aid. That's a blessing. That's a gift. I don't mind no's. Move on, because there's always another yes around the corner. That's the big thing. If you want to try something, what's the worst that can happen? A, you find out you don't like doing it. That's a value. You move on to something else. 2, maybe you're not good at it. That's nothing. You can always learn skills. So that's nothing. You're not good at it, but you still like it. So you start learning. You've learned something. It's information. Information is valuable. Information is power. 3, you just hate it. Perfect. Next. Right? So I can tell you with 1,000% guarantee, if you don't try it, you'll never know, you'll regret it, and it won't be good for your soul. It won't progress you, because thinking about it for a year, 2 years, sitting on the couch thinking about it, what's it getting you? Nowhere. So that's what I know for sure. If you don't try it, you definitely won't get there. And the more you try things that are uncomfortable that you think you might want to try, the stronger you get, the more confidence you get, the more self-esteem, and the easier these decisions come to you. And it's like a muscle. You're growing that muscle. So with each thing you try, and you get, either you decide you don't want to do it or you do want to pursue it, it's progress, it's evolution, and that's where you want to get. That's where the magic is for you, on your higher path, on things that bring you joy, on things that will progress you. Pearls. 26th day of 75 hard, and I know I've been garbage truck. Pick up the garbage. Listen, I'm in the middle of Brickell Village. We've got the SLS behind me, the Citizen M new hotel. My husband was very involved in the building of the Citizen M brand hotels here. Right in the thick of Miami, downtown Brickell, which 3 years ago, I'm not going to mince words, I hated coming here. I did not want to come here, and hate is not a word I use, but everything in my being was like, no, no, no. So, first I had to overcome just being in Florida, being in Miami. Fast forward 3 years. I have learned, which I always do in my life, with every move, I learned to grow where I'm planted, bloom where I'm planted. Anyway, I digress. What I really want to say is, on 26th day of 75 hard, this is the epiphany I just had. And this is the magic of the program, and this is why it works. I'm telling you all this advice. Put yourself in uncomfortable situations, mental toughness. Things will happen. Things start to break loose. Your creativity, ideas, you get to a new level. And that's what he said in the book. I guess I didn't actually believe it. I believe it now, because I'm on my walk on the 26th day, and I just had I'm an entrepreneur, always have been. I just had my new great idea that I am going to try, I am going to create, I am going to launch, and you're going to come along with me. It just, poof, everything came into clarity of what I want to do next. So it's been percolating for a while, but this program, focusing on the little details every single day, it just broke through on something. And this is what I'm going to teach people, among other things. It's going to be, my YouTube. Let's chat and cook a chicken to another level. That was sort of my launching pad. What I really want to do, what I really feel passionate about and have known for many, many years, is that. Did you really think I was going to disclose my big idea, my big new entrepreneurial direction? Not yet. Got to keep watching. It's percolating. The idea's there. I love it. I feel drawn to it strongly, and it's coming. And I thank 75 Hard Challenge for getting me to this sort of open, creative, motivated state. Thank you for watching, as always. I'm glad you're here with me. I love sharing, and I hope you enjoyed weeks 3 and 4 of 75 Hard Challenge. Stay tuned for next week, because as a treat for finishing a month of 75 Hard, I'm taking myself for my birthday. My husband and I are going to Miami Beach, this great spa called the Carillon. It is amazing, and I'm going to film there, and I'll bring that to you too. I think you're going to love it. I'm looking forward to my reward. Have a great week, you guys. Love to you all.